Military Hospital Secunderabad is the biggest zonal hospital in Dakshin Bharat area, located in the state of Telangana, northeast of Hussain Sagar Lake and Old City of Hyderabad. The story of Military Hospital Secunderabad dates back to India's first war of independence in 1857, during which Hyderabad and Secunderabad remained relatively untouched, as the Nawab and his Diwan sided with the British. In Hyderabad, however, at the height of the agitation, at 6 p.m. on the 17th of July 1857, a faction of the Nizam's army along with an angry group of about 6,000 people attempted to break down the gates of the British Residency at Hyderabad. British Residency was once the embassy of the East India Company in city of Hyderabad. Fired on by the troops stationed in the Residency, the uprising mass dispersed. As a result of these events, and apprehensive of a major uprising in the future, by the Nawab's army stationed at Hyderabad, the British decided to build a fortification for their troops, stationed at Secunderabad. For this purpose, by 1867 they built an encampment, surrounded by a trench, called Trimulgheri Entrenchment. Entrenchment is a term, used for a ground-level fort, and is set up, more for a defensive action. This entrenchment had high-arched entrance gates called Laswari, and Plassey gates, with drawbridges, named so, to monumentalize the deceitful and treacherous victory of British troops in Battle of Laswari and Plassey. Laswari Gate at present stands as the main gate to Military Hospital Secunderabad. The entrenchment had circumference of 4 square kilometers, and a 17 feet high boundary wall, surrounded all around by trenches around 2 meters deep in periphery. It had 5 semicircular bastions with iron slits for lacing guns. Bastion is a projecting part of a fortification, built at an angle to the line of a wall, so as to allow defensive fire in several directions. The entrenchment housed several barracks, water towers, arsenal, magazines, cinema hall, offices and stores for one complete British regiment. The entrenchment had 6 water rooms, with tall walls. Water was supplied from wells to these rooms and made the British troops self-sufficient within the perimeter. Entrenchment had a huge arsenal built inside the fort. An arsenal is a place where large number of weapons and military equipment are kept. It was used to build and upgrade defenses for the fort, to defend against the attacks from others. At present, the erstwhile arsenal is being used as quartermaster office and store. The fort had also a magazine, built for defensive action. The magazine was the place used to store large quantity of ammunition for later distribution. It was famously known as ammunition dump. Fort also had a Catholic church inside the premises. It was built in 1865 to meet the spiritual needs of the Catholic British military personnel stationed in the entrenchment area. Today, as on date, the church still maintains its divinity. In one of the underground, tiny barrack, attached to a tunnel of the entrenchment, has structure with remnants of mural painting, depicting Indian goddess Kali. There is, however, no literature available, describing its history. Britishers used the barracks as cinema hall for the entertainment of troops. Presently, this barrack is functioning as the Office of Station Health Organization. You will be surprised to know that the Nobel laureate Ronald Ross, who made his landmark discovery related to transmission of malaria, was once posted as garrison surgeon in Secunderabad around 1897. While dissecting the stomach tissue of an Anopheline mosquito, fed 4 days previously on a malaria patient, he found the malaria parasite, and went on to prove the role of Anopheles mosquitoes in the transmission of malaria parasites in humans. Erstwhile officers' mess can be seen standing strong and vibrant, which is presently used as officers' ward. There was another structure, constructed after the First War of Independence in 1857, which was Military Reformatory or cellular jail, within the entrenchment premises separated by a gate. The whole building assumes a shape of a cross when viewed from above. As on date, the structure is being maintained and taken care of only for its heritage importance. The jail is similar, and 30 years older, to the cellular jail in Andaman. The Indian prisoners were sent to Kalapani, in Andaman, and soldiers of British origin were housed in Military Reformatory Trimogeri. At the main gate, a board mentioning London 6,990 miles was placed to inform the British prisoners that there is no way to escape. The verandas of the building are adorned with Gothic arches, giving it an unmistakable British stamp. From the central tower, 4 wings branch in 4 different directions: north, south, east and west. Reformatory housed a total 75 cells. 40 on the ground floor and 35 on the first floor. Each wing has 2 rows of cells, with each cell facing the rear of the other, so that the prisoners in no way could communicate with each other. Walking through the corridors and rooms of Reformatory, one can feel the dreadful atmosphere that prevailed hundreds of years ago. It has a solitary ventilator at a great height above the ground. The cell reminds one of a medieval Inquisition chamber. Premises had underground tunnels, which were built and used for movement of prisoners to the adjoining station hospital, which was located at present-day Army Ordnance Center records. The prisoners were brought back after treatment to the jail through the underground tunnels to ensure seclusion of the prisoners. After independence in 1947, the erstwhile Trimulgeri Fort now proudly serves as the Military Hospital, Secunderabad.